Welcome to episode 26 of Chris's Moto Life. It's a little bit cooler here today. We're well into October. My God, it was 80 degrees in the beginning of the week, and now it is Sunday, and we're barely in the mid-50s. Two of my favorite groups are down at Summit Point in West Virginia at the racetrack this weekend. There's some pretty tough people. We've got the Riesentoter region of the Porsche Club of America, and we've got Evolve GT, the motorcycle group, sharing that complex. I hope that you guys aren't too cold down there, because it really is cold up here. With the racetrack in mind, why don't we talk about getting you guys out to the racetrack? This is all about you, not about me. And I think a lot of people really would like to get their motorcycles out to the racetrack, but there seems to be so many, oh God, I'll use a corporate term, barriers to entry to get you out on the track. And I'm just going to talk a little bit about how to make it a little easier on you. First and foremost, the bike. Everybody thinks that you need a fancy like ZX6R Kawasaki, a Gixxer Suzuki, Ducati. You don't. Here's a good example. Here's a Ninja 250. It got me out to my first track event. It's a $1,500 motorcycle. It wasn't the fastest, it wasn't the fanciest, but guess what? It got me out on the track. And you know what, a lot of guys, like I've offered to lend them this bike if they want to go to a track day and try it, and they just turn their noses up at it. And it's like, guys, it's going to be your first time ever at the track, so why don't you just give it a shot? I mean, come on, check your ego at the door. Rule number one when you go to the track. Because for your first time at the track, you are not going to be Valentino Rossi. You're going to learn some basics. You're going to see if you like it or not. Okay, we got the bike taken care of. Second, a lot of people are always saying, you know, like, I don't have the clothes to wear, I don't have all the safety gear. I'll show you what I got. I went to my buddy's shop. It used to be called Moto Guild in Bridgeport, Pennsylvania, and he actually had a rack of used motorcycle gear. I found these tattered leathers there for $250, and I think I paid like $25 to have a zipper fixed, because I think it was on this one arm, as you could see. It was a little beat up. I'm sure the guy went down on these, or gal, whomever wore them. But you know what? Guess what? Again, I was a beginner. I'm not flying around like Valentino Rossi. It got me out to the track. And I'm going to make you a deal. I'm 5'8", and I'm about 160, 165 pounds. These fit me pretty well. You can maybe be like up maybe an inch or two taller. You still probably can get in them. If it'll make you go to the track, I'll loan you these leathers. I'm picking up another set this week. So if you want to go, I will give you the leathers. Not to keep, obviously, because we're going to keep wanting to loan them out. So you don't have boots. I bought these cheapy Alpine Star boots from Competition Accessories. I think I paid like $100 for them on sale. Yeah, they're not the fanciest. Yeah, they probably weren't the best to get me out on the track. But guess what? They were the best. They were what I had, and they got me out on the track. So there you are. For like about $300 or $400, you're able to get out on the track, and I'm going to save you $300 by letting you use my leathers, if that's what it takes to get you out to the track. So what did I do after this? You know, I went to the first track day, and I think everybody that knows me knows that I used to run my 911 with the Porsche Club, hence my mention of the Porsche Club being down at Summit Point this weekend. It became a really bad addiction for me going to the track. I mean, I almost spent myself into bankruptcy between tires and brakes, and I wasn't even getting anything really fancy. You're doing it, I mean, I have an old 84 911, but the addiction was just so great that I couldn't stop. So I got out of going to the track for a while, and then my friend Tim said, hey, come on, try the motorcycle at the track. It's a little cheaper. You might really like it. So I agreed, and I went for Just a Taste. All right. So Just a Taste became a 2-year obsession for me now, and I'm obsessed again with going to the track. I did 5 days my first season, and this season I've done 8 days. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get back out because it is getting really cold, and I do not like to ride in the cold because I just don't think that you have your faculties when it's really cold out and a tire slide and things skid around. So what did I do? After just getting a taste on the track, I upgraded. I upgraded. As you'll notice, I like small bore bikes. I'm 55 years old. I don't need to go 170 down the straightaway. So I got, this is a Yamaha R3 2015, and I spent, God, I think I spent like $3,500 on this bike. And all I did was replace the back shock. We talked about this on a prior Chris's Moto Life, but I'll review it again. I replaced the back shock. I put rear set risers on it, just kind of to get my feet back up on the bike so that I could lift myself up. I had the brain reflashed. It's got a Kropovich exhaust on it that it came with, but not really hopped up. In fact, these are still just street tires on it. These are Pirelli Rosso 3s. And, oh, this is another nice thing about taking your motorcycle to the track. 2 years going, and I'm still on the same tires. I'm not ripping up tires like I used to. I think when I really got into the fast groups with my Porsche, I was ripping through tires probably like, I'd get like 3 or 4 track days out of them. So all in all, the bikes have been like a really less expensive way to get back out on the track. A lot of fun. I want you guys all to come out and join me on the track. If you're a motorcycle rider and you've ever just thought about it, thought maybe it would be really cool to go out to the track, you know, I'm going to make it easy for you. I'll tell you what, if I know you and you're a trustworthy person, I'll throw the bike in. I'll throw the bike in with the leathers just to get you out on the track. Now, the group I run with, Evolve GT, who we mentioned in the beginning, guess what? They have a deal that is $149 first time at the track. $149 will get you out on the track for a day. At least you can see if you like it or not. Which leads me to believe I think it's really important to get with a group that you are comfortable with when you go out to the track. I was lucky when I had my Porsche. I got in with the Porsche Club. It was a great bunch of guys and gals. I happened upon Evolve GT for my first track day for the motorcycle, and they just turned out to be the coolest people ever. They kind of have a real laid-back vibe that kind of really suits me a lot better. Now, some people like N2. That's another group. N2 seems to be a little more strict, and they seem to be a little more like, it's a group that I've actually seen use lap times to be as a criteria for advancement. A guy was telling us that he wanted to get into their expert group, and they said that he had to do like, it was something like 130s or 130 and change on Thunderbolt down at NJMP, which I don't know about that, where Evolve is more just like they're looking for you for your body position. Are you a threat to yourself or others out there on the track? So basically it's all about the safety. So it wasn't so much pace as it was safety, predictability. Do you play well with others on the school ground? That's kind of what they wanted. So with that being said, I know that I'm doing this a little late in the year, but come spring, I'll have an extra bike. I'll have an extra set of leathers lying around. Hey, if we get a heat wave, maybe we can even do one more track day together this year. So I hope that kind of gives you a little bit of an overview and is going to try and get you maybe into the mood to go out onto the track and have some fun. Because I really think that if you have a sport bike, type motorcycle, you are really missing the boat if you're not taking it to the track. There's no traffic to worry about. There's no potholes. There's no, hey, and when you're running with someone on the track, heck, that guy's trying to get away from you. He's not trying to hit you. He's trying to get away from you, and you're chasing him. I kind of treat it like it's skiing. Some guys go there, and it's like, oh, I want to race. I want to race. That's awesome. Go. Treat it like it's a race. I kind of treat it like it's like skiing or surfing. Like it's just kind of a fun hobby. I get to go out to the track, chill out. I get to go as fast as I want. Nobody bothers me. I get a lot of great advice. I mean, we've got a lot of great coaches out there. And if you go to the track, find the coaches. They want to work with you. I couldn't believe how many people I found that took an interest in my riding and helped me along. I owe so many people so much for this past season. So that being said, I want you all to have a most awesome week ahead. And I want to thank you so much for tuning in to Chris's Moto Life. I am me with any questions. You want to go to the track? I can help you make it happen. I can get you in touch with the right people. We got some leathers. We got a bike for you. Come on, join the fun. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye. Yeah?
Yep.
How long?
Almost 10 minutes.
Perfect.
Oh my God.
What?
My arms were shot.